So when we talk about minimum wage, we easily think of the people working in large industries, likely because their employers may be the most affected owing to the large number of people they have to pay. But even at a domestic level, how much do you pay your workers? Maybe you've been underpaying them. So let's look at how much various workers should earn, or in other terms, how much you should pay different workers after today's pay increase. Now, the first category are the general laborers. Now, these include cleaners, sweepers, gardeners, children's ayahs, house servants, day watchmen, and messengers. Now, to look at how we pay them, some of us pay them in terms of monthly dues, or there are some who pay them daily. So we look at how each of them earns separately. Now, beginning with the cities. Now, those of us who pay them monthly, you should pay at least 12,927 shillings for those who live in cities. These are Nairobi, Mombasa, and Kisumu. Now, for those in the big towns, these are the former municipalities, as well as areas like Mavoko, Roiro, and Limuru town councils. You should pay 11,926, and for the other areas, the smaller ones, are 6,896. Those are the minimum wages that you should be paying to some of these workers. For instance, the house helps in your house, or your children ayahs, or sweepers and cleaners. Now, the daily rate, if you're living in a city, should be at least 622 shillings. Now, this is, for instance, those of us who call their workers. For instance, the people who come to wash your clothes and clean your house on a daily basis, for instance, once in a week. You should not be paying them less than 622 shillings if you're in any of the 3 cities in the country. If you're in the big towns, you should not pay them anything below 571 shillings. And for the more rural areas, you should not pay them anything less than 350 shillings. And just a disclaimer from the law that puts this in place says that the monthly dues, the 12,000, 11, and 6,000, they do not include the housing allowances. And for the daily rates, they include the housing allowance. Now, we take a look at another group of employees, and now these are the night watchmen, because the first category included the day watchmen. The night watchmen, on a monthly basis, if you live in cities, the lowest you should pay them is 14,421 shillings. In big towns, 13,370 shillings, and 8,225 shillings in other areas. If you choose to pay them on a daily rate, for instance, you just want to give them for a few days for a specific purpose, 692 shillings for the cities, 645 shillings for the big towns, and for the other areas, 397 shillings. That is what you should pay them as a minimum after today's 18% wage increase. That's the minimum wage increase. For those of us in cities, the monthly amount that the caretaker should be paid at least should be 26,807. If you are a caretaker and you're in a big town, you should be paid at least 25,032 shillings, and for the other areas, 23,319 shillings. If the caretaker was to be paid on a daily wage rate, this would be 1291 shillings for those in cities, Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, and the big towns, for the former municipalities and such towns, it will be 1,205 shillings. And if you're a caretaker in other areas, the smaller towns, you should be paid at least 1,121 shillings. So if you're an employee or a worker who is in any of these categories, and there are many more, you should have an idea of what exactly you should be earning at the least after today's 18% increase on minimum wage. On the other hand, if you're one who employs people, be it you're one who owns a building and has a caretaker, or you have a watchman who you pay, be it day and night, which have different rates, or you have a house girl who comes either daily or for different days in the week, or one who you pay on a monthly basis, you now have an idea of what you should be paying them. So, Trevor, Gladys, those are some of the numbers that define what we are meant to be paying our employees and what the employees are meant to be earning in other terms. Back to you.